All right, where is Ashley? I don't know if you guys have heard of Ashley Armstrong. Hidden Rules. This is a wonder woman. This is an amazing person, and she knows how to use IG. Hello.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing today?
Thank you for your patience. We've had a Instagram live catastrophe, as they say on the
technology is beautiful. When it's not working, not so much.
Yeah, I always say, thank goodness my car doesn't work like my technology, or I wouldn't get anywhere. Anyway, you're the Hidden Rules expert and a good friend of mine, and I want to share you with the world. I think more people need to know you and what you do. You can see your fans are all, yes, hi, Ashley. But I just don't think enough people know you. And so I wanted to have you on here so that people can get a feel for what the Hidden Rules expert is all about and who you are. So give us a little bit of background.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for having me. I love that I get to chat with you every single week. And thank you so much for inviting me here. But to everyone else who doesn't know me, my name is Ashley Armstrong, and I'm the e-commerce hidden rules expert. And I help established product companies find the money they're leaving on the table through my Visual Profitability Method, which is using graphics to increase sales and conversion rates and the science behind it. And that's really what I love to do at the end of the day.
What I love about what you do is, as a woman entrepreneur, a milestone person for young women to look at to say what they can do and surpass Ashley. But it's a very quantitative business that you're in. So many people have great ideas and they're full of passion, but yet they're not serving because they're not profitable. And you actually are a bottom line person. You actually can help impact one of the fastest growing, if not the fast growing distribution and marketing of all products in the world, and be able to impact someone immediately by utilizing the hidden rules that the techniques and strategies and the disciplines that you've learned, the dummy tax that you've paid in order to effectuate the bottom line for people. And I really, I begged you to come on here. We get, you're part of my coaching side of stuff, but I was like, more people need to know what you're doing, Ashley. You have so many big things going on, but we need more people that are in e-commerce, especially, or want to be in e-commerce, reach out to you. What are some of the hidden secrets that you're going to teach and that you yourself have executed on to maintain and to accelerate that bottom line profit?
Yeah, I love that you asked that question. And really, at the end of the day, there is science behind the visual representation that companies need to use in order to show up appropriately online. And what I mean by that, really, at the end of the day, is people, when they're buying products online, they're not actually buying a product. They're buying pictures of a product. You can't touch and feel and smell like you're in the store. And a lot of the times people just assume that they can just take, simple images, white background, whatever it might be, and throw it up there. But the fact of the matter is we only have 7 seconds to grab people's attention span nowadays.
And I gotta stop you. That keeps going down.
Yes. It
was
15
like 9
minutes,
seconds,
like 10 years
then
ago.
It was like 8 seconds. Now it's 7 seconds. Oh my goodness. We're going to pretty soon have 1 second. That's it.
That's it. Absolutely. And this is what the beauty of the visual representation I love to help companies with, whether they're multi-million-dollar companies or someone who's just starting out. At the end of the day, what we have to remember is that people only tend to remember 10% of what they're hearing, 20% of what they're reading, but 80% of what they're seeing. So if we take that into consideration, and then we actually look at the brain and how the brain functions, right? The eye can actually interpret an image in 13 milliseconds, but it can actually interpret an image 60,000 times faster than text. So if you're looking at third-party platforms like Amazon or eBay, or even your own website, but especially third-party platforms, because Amazon's constantly trying to get you to jump between product. No one reads anything. We know that, but they will look at every single image. That's a blog post, that's a product listing, doesn't matter what it is that's online. So if you only have those 7 seconds, the most valuable piece of real estate is actually the visuals, and all the visual information that is necessary in order to convert that person, to educate them. And you really want to make sure that you're hitting all the points so they don't get buyer decision fatigue. And I love that you're saying how you get the fatigue of the information that's on the product packaging. And it's the same thing when it comes to online shopping, right? So if you don't touch on the who, what, where, how, why, and when, you're never going to be able to convert that person, and you're just wasting the opportunity to help that individual solve a problem, which is why they're looking for your product in the first place.
It's so interesting because we started off today talking about the top of the funnel, how to stimulate interest was one of the questions. And that I think that people don't spend enough time getting people to call them back. And in the context of e-commerce, someone calling you back is what you're calling conversion, where someone will see something and then explore into buying it, going to the cart or putting in their credit card. These are all the actual pragmatic, practical ways of conversion. And the same to be held true in the theoretical things that I teach people is that, you talked about 80% of the people go ahead and experience things through that visual context. And so we need to increase the number of people that are going to convert. And the best way to increase the number of people to convert is have more people. People don't realize that. They think that the better way to convert is to have better conversion. It's really not. The first step would be to have more people, and then you can convert at any rate and have a significant impact. And then you increase the conversion because you have better stable data because you have more people. And I think one of the aspects that you teach in the hidden rules is not just conversion, but it's actually building the top of the funnel, building the interest, stimulating the interest in order to increase the statistical success through that conversion that you have. Why is it that more people will be attracted to your product in the way that you present it and the visualization that you give it, other than your typical posting of a picture? And as you know, most of in e-commerce just use standard SKU pictures, and they use a database that pulls the exact same image, which even to me makes it more silly and worse. But why is it that it actually not only converts, but attracts?
That's a really great question. And at the end of the day, what I love more than anything is leveraging what companies already have. I don't like them to be building all these big, huge sales funnels and spending all this money everywhere else that needs to be, taught to be done. When you really already have everything that you need in order to be able to help grow your bottom line, in order to engage more consumers and whatnot. And so when it comes to the visual representation, as you've said, a lot of times people just throw things up there and think that it's good enough. People understand what it is they're selling. And you have to take yourself out of there and you have to put yourself into the consumer's shoes. And we need to be educated in order to understand what we're buying, how we're buying it. Is it actually going to solve our problem? And really, at the end of the day, what ends up happening is if you do it appropriately, you should be creating like a storyboard outline, just like as if you see those movie trailers and it's like, this is exciting. This is the beginning, the middle, and the end, and then come see it to get the actual experience or whatnot. So when you take the storyboard outline of your visuals that's on your product listing, no matter where you have it, third-party platforms like Amazon or your own website, what we're able to do is we're able to put them through sort of an emotional experience. And that's the other thing as well behind the science behind the visuals is at the end of the day, we are visual people for sure. We have kinesthetic, auditory, and visual learners, absolutely. But we're 100% mostly into the visual space. But our memory plays a massively huge role. And there's different sectors of our brain that fires and wires. And even if one part of our brain forgets one specific memory aspect, it will actually connect to another one. And so in order to create a really great long-term engagement and sort of support of the consumers who are buying from you, you want to hit three really important aspects. You want to hit the story of the product, create that story, right, which is what we had just talked about. You also want to be hitting an emotion with that as well, and then the place. So if you can hit story, emotion, and place when you're showing up to the people, and the place we don't really have control of the place because the place could technically be where they actually use the product, and we don't have control of where they use the product. So we can't create a really big emotional connection and anchor in our memory for the place. But what we do have control of is how they feel when they experience our own websites, how we show up to them online. So there is a little bit of control over that. So when we're talking about the science of what I do and what I help people with, it's really just breaking down who they are, what they do, and who they serve and how they do it, and putting it into a storyboard outline that clearly articulates how the consumer is going to get everything they want and they want to come back for more. And they could also be individuals who could shout out to the world all the amazing things that you have done for them with your particular products. And they can be ambassadors, just all by the work that you had done just to set that foundation up for your business.
Amazing. People bound emotion for logical reasons. What you do helps to tie into that emotion, to compel them to execute on what you want. All right, I'm going to give you your shot here because I want the whole world to know about you as a best-selling author, where to go, how to sign up for your Hidden Rules expert. Give it all up to everybody. Where can they find you?
I love that. Well, you can find me on Instagram, ashleyarmstrong.hiddenrules, Facebook, Amazon with Ashley's on Facebook, or thehiddenrulesexpert.com. And for anyone who wants to get a kickstart to getting their images upgraded, I actually have 4 drag and drop templates that are ready to go, and it's free, productinfographic.com, and that can help you get your images optimized and up and going in a matter of 3 minutes.
Well, Ashley, you have my stamp of not only approval, but of love. You are an amazing person. I appreciate you coming on and sharing yourself with everybody. I've been dying to have you on. What a great way to end. I'm almost as excited about Sadhguru today as Ashley Armstrong.
I can't wait to see that. Oh my God, it's going to be amazing.
I know. It's like when I had Deepak Chopra, it was like the same thing. I've read this whole book very quickly to make sure that I have the right questions to ask so that he can share. You know how I want to empower over 1 billion people? His mission is to empower the whole world. So I figure he's a great shortcut for me. I can just use him and I'll hit my over 1 billion people really quickly. So thank you so much for joining. I can't wait to do more. Make sure you check out Ashley Armstrong. She's extraordinary. That's extraordinary. Thanks so much.